Hello and welcome back to the Knit Your First Hat tutorial series. Today is part 4, and in part 4 we will be doing section 3 on page 2 of the pattern. You can get the pattern for free on Ravelry or by signing up to my newsletter at the bottom of my website. Links will be down below. Right, so section 3 we come on to the stripes, and that's well, I guess in a way it's nice that you've hopefully by this point gotten a bit used to just doing knit stitch, and then now there's a bit of colour to kind of change things up a little bit. And you can also see I've written that out both kind of in plain English, so to speak, or in words, and I've shown it here on this diagram as well so that you can follow along with the stripes. I was speaking in the previous video about keeping track, and you can either keep track by ticking off the rounds as you do them here, or you could tick them off here as well if you wanted to. I'm quite a visual person, I prefer this kind of layout, but obviously that's up to you. When you get to round 4, 5, 6 you can also tick them off on the numbers directly like so, it's up to you. Right, so we are not going to be changing the stitches at all, we're literally just getting another colour, adding another colour into the mix. And you can see in my sample here, knit on larger needles just to make it clearer to see. We've also gone from this corrugated ribbing bit to some plain knitting, and I have just finished my round. You can see the markers here, so I'm ready to start a new colour. Right, I've decided to go with the cream for this example here, and I'm going to pull, this is a good thing if you have received cakes from me, you can pull it out the centre more easily than out of the outside without the ball rolling all over the place. So just a little tip there. Right, so introducing a new colour is relatively straightforward. Again, there are various ways to do it. I think because, especially if you're a beginner, I would recommend tying the yarn when you join. So in my case, I've just gotten to the end of the round. Here's the marker. Now I'm going to take the white yarn and I'm just going to tie it on here as close as possible to the kind of back loop of that previous stitch as possible. And make sure, yeah, you can see I'm kind of pushing it further towards that stitch. There we go. And I'm just going to do 2 plain knots. Okay, just to keep it safe. You don't have to do knots, you could tidy it later, but I find especially for beginners it makes it easier to control your tension if you've got a knot in there. And the knots, you know, you don't need to do a big huge knot, just do a small one so that it won't be felt. Right, so now you can see I've got this tail. Make sure you kind of put that away so that you're not tempted to knit with it. And then I've got my blue and my white coming out here. So the first round 1 under section 3 is knit in colour B, which I've decided is this white creamy colour. So now, instead of knitting with the blue like we've been doing so far, I knit with the white instead. I know it seems obvious, but there you go. Well, it is obvious, and that's how it works. And that way you see you can pull on that without it slipping through. That's why I like to do a knot. And there you go, you just continue in your new colour all the way round, making sure not to use this tail, but to use the section that's connected to the ball. And there you go. Now that you're comfortable with knitting, you might want to speed things up by using a method like the one I'm using here. I can show you that in slow motion if you're interested. There are also lots of other videos on YouTube about how to speed up your knitting, which will show you various methods. So instead of what we've maybe been doing so far, where we put the needle through like this and the yarn over and then pull it through, instead what I do is I loop my finger round like that, or loop the yarn round my little finger like so, and then kind of grab it in those 3 fingers, and then put my index finger underneath the last one, and that way I can just come and catch that yarn. So when I put my needle through, as I usually would, I kind of catch the yarn and move both my needle and my index finger, although I'm exaggerating that movement a little bit, and then pull it through the loop. So what you're eliminating is the need to take your yarn and put it over like this every time, which means you also got to take your hands off and everything. So it does speed things up considerably to keep your yarn in the back and just kind of pluck it forward rather than adding the yarn manually. There we go. You can always watch a YouTube video in slow motion if you want to see that slowed down as well. Right. And then you're going to keep going like that until you get back to your marker and you've finished one round. It's easy to keep track because you'll see that you've just got one stitch of the new colour. If you start having two white stitches on top of each other, you've gone too far. Right, I will see you there. Right, so we're almost back at the beginning here, and you can see I'm back to where I kind of have three different strands of yarn coming out. I've got one more stitch to do in white. There we go. And then we are going to take our blue one back because round 2 in section 3 stripes is back to colour A. So I'm going to take colour A, which is the blue in my case, back, slip the marker, and just start knitting with colour A again. If you've got the others kind of curling up, just tuck them in nicely there, get the blue out, and I would pull a little bit extra on the blue, but not too much, because if you pull the blue too much, your previous stitch here will get too tight and will start to look really small. And then you continue knitting with the blue. Now it's worth mentioning that as you knit this up and follow each line row by row with the different colours, so at the beginning you're going BAA, BAA, then BA, 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 then BBA, BBA, BBA. No, sorry, just 2 rounds. Then BBA, BBA. It's worth mentioning that where you change colours you will have a little jump or something that looks like a little seam. So I don't know if you can see here, I usually wear this at the back of my head. You can see there's a little jump from where I started the blue each time. And that is perfectly normal. There is a way to avoid this called helical stripes, but I think it's a bit complicated for a beginner pattern. And don't worry, this isn't, you doing something wrong. It is just how the knitting works up, because you're going, it's like a slinky, so every time you get back to the beginning, if you change colour, you can imagine it's kind of sitting on top of the previous round, and that's why you will see that little step up each time when you change colour, but I don't think it is that noticeable. I also wanted to point out even machine knit things. So here I've got some stripy socks, and you can see even on that it's been done by a machine, and you can see that exact same jump along the back. So yeah, like I said, if this isn't your first knitting pattern, you might want to look up helical stripes and try and work that in, but that is not part of this pattern. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think this is perfectly wearable even if you've got that little jump at the back. Right, so continue knitting each colour and switching it up like I've done here. Just leave this tail kind of hanging out, and keep switching colours. You shouldn't need to tie or cut any yarn because you're just carrying them up every time. Even if you do 2 rounds, you just carry the next yarn up as you go along and knit the colours as indicated both in the written and in the charted section. Right, so when you get to the end of round 18, and hence the end of your stripe section, you will need to cut the yarn of the colour you'll no longer be using off. So you'll need to cut the yarn of colour A, which will not be reappearing in the pattern. So in this case, with my little sample here, that will be the blue yarn that I'm cutting off, which is the colour I started with. So I would leave a tail about that long, so about kind of the length of my hand, and just cut your yarn there. And what I do, again, kind of like last time, is kind of like when we started, is I like to just tie a double knot there, to ensure that the stitches don't get looser as I'm knitting or tighter or whatever. Make sure before you tie it, if you've just finished that row, it should be exactly the same kind of size, but just make sure that that stitch here, the last blue stitch you did, or the last colour A stitch you did, isn't massively tighter or massively looser than the others. So you can see on mine it looks pretty even, so it was fine to tie it there. And then you just keep knitting in your normal colour B colour. So that's section 4, which we're going to do today as well in this video. So you can see here, section 4 plain colour, using colour B, knit until your piece measures X number of centimetres from the end of the ribbing, i.e. from the start of section 2, not from the start of the hat. So because I offer the two options for my hat, either the kind of folded over or the not folded over brim, it means that you need to measure that dimension that it says for your size from this point here where you finished the ribbing. So if I take my tape measure from here, so you should be measuring, so for example if it says until it's 10 centimetres, I would knit the white until I get to about there. Yeah, can you see that? So in my case that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds of the white that I would knit there. So it's again just plain knit stitch all the way round until you've got the desired length from the end of the ribbing. And once you've finished doing that, that's section 4 done. Simple. And I will see you in video number 5 for section number 5, the crown. We're already nearing the end of the hat, which is great. Like always, you can send me any questions you have or comment below, and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button if you want to be notified about the next pattern in this installment of Knit Your Own Hat. I hope that was useful. Thanks so much. Bye.